Full send.
Full send!
It is sent.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons this week. Very, very nearing the end of this arc. A lot quicker than I expected. Well done. Let's get into the recap really quick. So last session, you guys took out the two guards outside the cave entrance of the Vecna's tomb, the vault of the Eye of Vecna's tomb. Whatever. You know the place. And you snuck past the creature that lay within the waters, whatever the hell it was. Once inside, you found a tunnel that led further into the mountain. Phil stole your resolve and went inside. You travelled down the long corridors and headed down a large elevator, speaking with Vaishal about his prayer or ritual he did the night before. Some of you noticed he was being rather secretive in what he was giving away in this conversation, but decided to press him further on what he knew and who he really was, eventually leading him to reveal his true form. It turns out our good buddy Vaishal is a bronze dragon from Titan, and he belongs to a group called the Platinum Order, a group that follows the teachings of Bahamut the Platinum Dragon, thousands of years after his death. You all told him about your revelations that Bahamut is actually still alive and being held by Tiamat in her plane, which seems to have a great effect on him. You also further told him that several chromatic dragons live in the north, and he seemed very interested to meet them. But first, he had a mission to complete. He travelled further through the tunnels of this strange dungeon and found the area where the miners must have had to dig through, as it was all loose stone and covered in rubble and chains. From here, however, you passed into the rest of the area and found something rather strange. The walls, ceilings, and floor here have all been covered in strange veins of flesh, like a great spiderweb of bloody veins and muscle all around you. But as you walked through, you noticed that many eyes began to grow where the veins met. They stared at you as you passed. Travelling through this passageway seemed like a maze, and from here we started our new system for making our way through the dungeon. So far, you have 2 right path cards out of 5, but also 1 out of 2 monster cards. And you picked up one of the encounter cards, which turned out to be a large eye that closed the door if it saw you. After a little bit of panic, you managed to get past the strange eye and open the door ahead of you before too much damage was done. And we pick up the session at the top of the initiative with Gylndan. Gylndan. Well, actually, first of all, I need to roll a d10 to see which one of these actions or things is unavailable. So let's see. 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm very sorry, Gylndan, but its elementary is unavailable.
That's okay. I have lots of other strong characteristics. Maybe. I've just yet to discover them. Rightio.
So, what is it you would like to do?
It's just a straight roll on that ability.
It is it's just a straight ability.
Okay.
Okay. Gylndan, Oramis,
my
Mazzy, Felix, Kaiman.
My next best is actually Dex, so I might roll Dex. God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
Good start.
4. So, you try and scout ahead, but in this area, the veins of muscle and flesh just grow way too thick, and you're struggling to keep up with the party, let alone push past them and scout ahead and see what is around here. Very, very strange. But you can pick a card if you would like.
This one.
That one.
I've immediately defied my advice of 2 weeks ago when I said always go down the middle. I've gone
I was
right.
going to say, the man does not go.
Fuck's sake.
And it's cost you.
Oh, no,
It has cost you.
Oh, good.
So, here's what happens. You guys are moving through this area, and as I said, the veins and muscle here have grown extremely thick. You're trying to sort of like push through, but your movement is somewhat slow. You come to a sort of like corner where it seems like it slightly opens up a little bit. And as as I'm sure you probably do with most areas, you slightly check it out before you go. You turn the corner and you, Gylndan, can see a strange sort of amalgamation of eyes at the other end of the corridor, the far end of the corridor. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't be able to see it because you've got Mazzy at the front lighting the way with the light. So here's actually what happens. You're all walking down this corridor, so you turn the corner, go, okay, nothing's there. Walk down the edge of the corridor, and then all of you at once would see on the wall is just this large clump of eyes, or eyeballs. Some are small, like the size of like a spider's eye. Some are bigger, like a human, and some are much larger, being like the size of your head. They all blink and look at you, and they all have these strange, like pinky, like reddish pink irises. Yes, JJ.
Is this blocking our path, or is it just part of the wall?
No, it's just on the wall at the end. And as Mazzy sort of like steps up and essentially like accidentally comes into its view, or like the light comes into its view, all these eyes, like the pinky red color, seems to darken and lighten, darken and lighten, darken and lighten, extremely quickly. Can I get all of your characters, to make me a wisdom saving throw? This is a charming effect, so Felix and Oramis, you would have advantage.
Oh boy, what white star!
Oh, okay.
There we go, indeed.
Oh, fuck.
What about advantage because of low intelligence?
Sadly, no, Carmen. You
where is it?
quite advantage because of low intelligence.
I got
Felix got an 8, Mazzy got a 15.
my bad.
Okie dokie.
But if it's Nathan as well,
No, I'm just going to stick with the main crew for this bit.
Okay.
As you guys are sort of like all at the front and you see this, Oramis, you sort of like, you feel like something goes into your mind. Same with you, Gylndan and Kaiman. You all feel like something impulsive sort of comes into your mind for a second, but you manage to just snap out of it and shrug it off. Felix, you look at this and you are suddenly filled with a strange rage.
Oh, Felix.
Strange, impending feeling of like that kind of feel like fight or fright. Like all of a sudden you think that you just have enemies all around you. Your friends are your friends that are around you are actually your enemies, and they're here down in this cabin trying to kill you. I'm gonna roll. Okay. Can you please make a green flame blade attack against Oramis?
Oh my god.
What the fuck, bro?
Uncanny dodge.
Right,
Uncanny
hold on.
dodge.
So that's 14 plus. Hold on. That's the sword damage. Let me just have a look at green flame blade because it's complicated. Plus the green flame blade damage. You take 25
This is
damage.
pent up.
You take 25 damage. Plus, because you see enemies all around you, can you roll the extra damage that goes onto another target?
Can I dodge that 25?
You can, yeah, you absolutely can. And that will
What's
go
that?
on Gylndan.
12.
So Glyndon takes 21 fire damage.
What?
Oh, bro.
Why are you rolling absolute cheese?
Can
You're rolling
you,
absolute shed.
if you've got Mazzy's character sheet up,
Yeah.
can you roll for me a double blade attack against Kaiman for Mazzy?
Yeah. That's Mazzy.
29 hits, roll the damage.
Yeah.
So Kaiman, you take 7 damage. So what essentially happens is Mazzy suddenly he sort of turns around, pulls the double blade, and before you can react, Kaiman, he just slashes across your crocodilian snout. And as you're all sort of reacting to this happening, Felix turns. His scaleskin blade suddenly just emerges with green flames and slashes across Oramis, Oramis, you weren't expecting it, hence the critical hit, but you just about managed to pull it back so it's not so critical, and then flames sort of splash then over.
Sorry, I just have a question. The additional damage.
Yes.
Does that, because it's a weapon, because you have to hit with a weapon attack first? Like, would the additional damage to the other target also be a crit?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying because of how the spell essentially works, or how the effect essentially works, I'm gonna say that counts as a crit.
I hit Oramis so hard it does double damage to Gylndan.
Because if you were to do that against an enemy, I would allow it against another enemy within 5 feet.
Cool. Yeah, no, that makes sense, and I would want that to happen to an enemy.
Exactly. So you all realize that this is happening. Glyndon, you get sprayed with this green fire. Suddenly, Vishal and everyone starts gearing up and readying themselves. What do you all do?
It's been real, Felix. Time to die.
Am I? Is that a momentary thing and then it's passed, or is this like a?
No, that is a momentary thing, and then it passes.
Okay, so it's not like it'll be a continual thing, and I might do it again.
No, you turn around, you slash, and now that you're not looking at it, and now that you're just sort of in this moment after you've done it, you feel this feeling of relief in your mind, almost like that feeling when you finally realize that you don't have a headache anymore, but also this kind of feeling of feeling good about what you've just done.
Can I kick him in the chest?
Almost as if you had a momentary lapse of evil, one could say.
Did you say the rest of us felt that but resisted it?
Yeah.
Okay. Glyndon, using his big brain, is going to assume it came from that, so try and stop Oramis from attacking Felix, even though his fucking cloak's still on fire.
I'm only kicking him in the chest. I'm not killing him.
You can't get your leg that high.
Are you joking? He's a midget.
He's 3 foot tall or something.
No.
Yeah. You're an old man.
Are you kicking him in the chest to try and get him away from you or knock him down?
Knock him down, yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to say that is a contested... That's technically trying to shove, flavor text.
I'm trying to stop him, so can we have a contested thing first to see if he even gets...
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll say it's a contested thing, but Oramis, you roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm twatting your shin with my staff. That's going to hurt.
Oramis, roll athletics. Felix, you can roll acrobatics or athletics, but Oramis, you roll a disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Oh. Glyndon, you try and get him away.
There's the duality.
You try and stop his arms from pushing him, but he just lifts a leg and nudges him over with his leg. And Felix, you suddenly find yourself on the floor in half an inch of blood, and all these veins and stuff, almost acting as some kind of weird massage chair, just constricting and things on your back.
I don't like it. No.
I hope that makes you feel better.
I'll just hit the wall and just slowly stand up and be yeah, okay, I deserve that. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Something, the weird eyes, you look like you had face tentacles. It was horrible. I panicked.
Yeah, let's move because we don't want that to happen again. Can we move past this thing, please? Game Master Benjamin.
You can. And as you move past it, Mazzy just sort of shall I try and, with the flame, just get rid of some of these, or?
No. I feel like it's a one big organism, isn't it? We don't want to piss it off.
That is a good point. Okay, just gonna put
don't make it do that again, and I'm gonna sort of I'm not looking my way past it,
And Mazzy kind of looks at you, kind of is sorry, big guy. I didn't mean to do that.
I'm trying to look. Is there if there's anything I can offer you in my inventory to I haven't got any potions to be I'm sorry, feel better.
Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
An egg.
I've got a fabricator. There's enough living material around here. I suppose I could argue that I could make an egg out of living matter.
You want to waste whatever level spell that is to make a fucking egg?
I would say you could make an egg yolk. Could make the shell.
No, I don't really want to use a 4th level spell slot on a joke.
Excellent.
I
Cool.
think you should. It's always worth it.
Cool. So what happens now is I get rid of all of these, and then you give me a minute to just pull out the bloody cards.
Can't wait for to be on like in a boss fight, and it'd be like, Oramis, how much health have you got? Not enough.
About 25, not enough.
Yeah, you'll be on like 30 health, and it'll deal like 32 damage. Be like,
I mean, you guys are also like traveling through this. If you guys want to stop and take a short rest, or just dole out some healing spells, you absolutely can do. Or if there's any RP you guys want to do, or any like looking around, you absolutely can do that. If you want to take a short rest, you guys can absolutely take a short rest.
I think we might. Well, unless I don't know. I feel like we don't want to get there and him already being there, finding the thing basically, the Vecna. How much are you down?
Me?
Yeah.
I can't do the maths. 118 down to 86.
Okay, so not great, but not terrible either.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do some healing as well, and I'm sure Kaiman could. So, Kaiman, if you've got anything that heals multiple people, we can maybe try and do the 3 of us. I don't know how Felix or I don't know if Felix can damage.
Felix and Mazzy are untouched.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oramis
so
got a little bit
three of
messed
us.
up by an eye previously.
Oh yeah.
Slapped about like something.
Tentacled.
I ain't about that life, man.
Yeah, I mean, you've had a kind of bad run of it with that. Yeah, Carmen, I was going to say, just to help you out, if you did want to do some healing to that effect, you have like mass cure wounds, or prayer of healing. That takes 10 minutes, but you could just take.
Oh, we've got the time, so don't spunk your best stuff, but just some. I mean, if we go into that fight low,
I think I have.
I know you have.
Yeah, I have a book of healing prayer.
Oh, Nathan's got his rod as well.
Oh yeah, Nathan.
Nathan,
I could use that.
Give us all a good
because
bit of his
my
rod.
book of healing prayer allows me to cast prayer of healing, which takes 10 minutes, so it's no good in combat, but it's potentially worth doing now.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And then Kaiman can save a spell slot depending on how.
The heat of the battle.
Yes, let me just. I don't have it on my sheet.
Basically, it's just a book of prayers, and you read it. Anyone who is like you're going to heal with it needs to listen to you reading it, and you just cast prayer of healing once per day.
Yeah, no, I can't remember how much prayer of healing does.
Oh, I think it's like 2d8 plus your spellcasting mod, which for this would be your wisdom.
It is 2d8. So 2d8 plus 1 healing to everyone who wants it.
Yes.
So
Even when it's not Doc, he's
9.
Doc.
9 to everyone who wants it.
Oh, nice bit of German healing.
So in this dark sort of like cavern, you all sort of like just take a brief second.
I like to imagine a lot of these words are being read skeptically. And may the Father's light guide us,
Well,
and lead us into salvation.
I believe you found this in the Temple of Nord, so it's actually a lot of like oceanic prayers. So it's a lot of prayers about how, help us be like the tempest, strong and powerful.
May the seas be forever calm. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah. Like help us be like the river to move around the obstacles in our life with ease, kind of thing. A lot of like water-esque
May your ship sail on calm waters. If you're sailing with Oramis, then it's going to be chaos either way.
Yeah, funnily enough, it has that exactly written down in this century gold.
I think that's pretty fair.
And
Oramis does not mind being in literature. Anything to get the face out there.
and yeah, you all read it. Like the first bit of it is just like a lot of brief sayings. Then it goes on to like a page of like this long sort of psalm about almost like a sort of like parable type thing. But eventually, yeah, you all get your healing. As you get past and Felix stops talking, you sort of like almost realize that while you were listening to his words and receiving the healing, you almost blocked out in your mind the strange sort of squishing and strange sounds, this cacophonous sort of white noise of this place. But as you get back up, it suddenly becomes loud in your ears and you continue on. But that was Gylndan.
I thought that was one card.
That was one card.
Don't go right again, boys. Always go down the middle.
So next up, we have Oramis. Oramis, Scout Ahead has been used. Its elementary is unavailable. Which one would you like to
Forge a path.
Forge a path. All right. Roll me a strength check.
Okay.
Big
I shall.
That's not very boy face.
Yeah, so you guys sort of like are coming up to this place, but you see another one of these walls of like just like flesh and stuff, and Aramis tries to like stab through it, but it's way too thick, and sadly you have to almost take another path around it, sort of thing. Pick a card. Aramis, pick a card.
Left.
Left.
Oh, you fool. Well done, mate.
Not a fool. Whoever is keeping track, you now have 3 out of 5 right path cards.
Yes, I am on that.
You go around this area and a little bit disheartened that you couldn't get through the wall, you move down an area and suddenly realize, oh, the corridor here actually looks a little bit more important, things are a little bit more carved out. Okay, well, maybe this is the right one.
We've in our time in Vecna's tomb, we've turned into communists.
Why do you think Oramis is
and the
fighting a
healing that each
revolution?
person receives be equal to everyone, as all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.
I mean, to be fair, the corridors are all red.
Like the blood of angry men.
And because we're all in the stomach of a beast, because hungry and starving.
Fucking hell.
Kaiman hates communism.
I hate.
Against the communists.
Could say it.
Only thing I have in common with communists is that I hate them all equally.
Anyway, not Mazzy, because Mazzy doesn't involve in this, so Felix. What you...
Okay, well, I know Kaiman is more wisdomous than I am. So I will go for boost morale. Because also there's not much punishment for failure on that one.
Yeah, there are no dead end cards in the river.
Oh, good. I'm real glad I rolled a 20 there.
Excellent. Yeah. So now pick a card, I guess.
Well, I shall follow our wise leader and go straight down the middle.
Oh, calling him a leader now.
It works. It works for pens. It's got to work for dungeons as well.
And it works. Another right path card. Following all of this, trying to make up for your previous stabbing of people and fire, you take the lead a little bit, follow the path that you, with your pretty good passive perception as well, like saw around the other way, which has another more like these carved pathways, and managed to. fucking hell, make one joke about communism and you goes off.
And Ryan took that personally.
Didn't realize you had such strong thing against communists, Ryan. Jesus Christ. All right. That does, in fact, leave Kaiman.
Well, he's going right, isn't he?
The only the only option left for you is careful consideration. If you
Also,
would like
look,
to use it.
I've only just read your pun, and that's underrated. That's quality.
Thank you.
So, if you would like, roll a wisdom check.
Ooh.
That's a wisdom save, not a wisdom check.
Oh, damn it.
But taking the roll, we rolled a 10 plus your wisdom, which is 5, which sadly does not quite make the cut.
15 doesn't make the cut.
15 doesn't
Just
make the cut. Damn.
Just under.
This place is
What the
hard.
fuck? Yeah, I feel like we passed all of them in the first round.
Just under. I can tell you now, 16 is the DC.
Under, like the workers under the Great Wall.
So now I guess pick left, middle, or right.
Do it.
You're on mute, my friend.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
you're speaking quietly. One of the two.
It's, we haven't gone right yet. And,
We have. It didn't end well.
Okay. This. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Were you?
It's already happened.
I don't think he wanted to go right, actually.
Could have sworn we said go down the middle.
Yeah, I think we did say
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, Carmen, you're trying to sort of like carefully think beyond this point, and you're like, oh no, think about it. It makes sense that it would be this way, and then dead end.
Ben said he doesn't want to railroad us, but makes us pick the wrong fucking card.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. He said we haven't got it right yet, and I just took that as Ryan like being like, oh, okay, then I guess we'll go right. And yeah, and if I'm honest, all I really heard was right. It was only afterwards.
He has been preaching a lot of right-wing ideology.
Right.
So.
It's a coincidence.
Cool. New round. Let's see.
Let's be better, boys. Although we've got two right paths, actually. So.
2. So that's Forge a Path. Forge a Path is out for this round.
Did you think Ryan was using sort of hand signals to be on the far right?
We are taking a right. Right.
Not the first right or the second right, but the third right.
We went right 3 times. How did we get lost?
So Gylndan, what we learn to do?
Hey! It's elementary. Draw
It's
3 cards from the
elementary.
deck. Choose one, put it in the bottom of the deck. Shuffle the remaining cards and place them on top of the deck. Give me my 3 cards, Ben.
Alrighty, your 3 cards are
Yeah?
a right path,
Yeah? Not the first right path.
dead end, and a encounter.
Was it if we get a certain number of dead ends, is that bad?
If you fill up all of the things there with dead ends, another monster card is added to the pile.
Okay.
I think
Wait, all the
we'd
things at the
rather
bottom.
get rid of the encounter because
Yeah.
we've still got 2 spaces and we can potentially also still clear a dead end this round
Yeah. Why is the dead end card showing in the river?
because they stay.
Oh, they
Yeah,
stay
that's-
there. I
yeah.
see.
They
Okay,
stay
right.
until you clear them with boost morale.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if
I
it
see.
fills up and we can't add more cards, like because it's blocked, that's when the
So we
monster
still,
gets
so we
added.
still got 2 opportunities then. So I reckon encounter at the bottom and then right path and dead end
Yeah,
back in
that's
the pile.
what I think. Because
Alright,
also
so
we know that on the next hand we've got a 50-50 chance of finding it, and so our Oramis is next. So he could
Yeah.
reveal. He could do scout ahead and potentially reveal the top card in the deck, and one in the river.
Right, in terms of picking a card, I've been slightly fucked here because there is no middle. There's only right and left. I don't want to choose a side. I'm still going to go for the middle.
Still going to go for the middle? Alrighty.
Oh.
Ah, no.
Because when you don't pick a side, neither win.
It's mutually
what
assured
happens.
destruction.
So with the rights.
Do we need to hit a certain amount of monsters to fight a monster? Or
Yes, 2.
oh,
Bollocks.
And that's what's happened.
What's behind door number 3?
So, here's what happens. You guys are traveling through this area and following this succession of like slightly well carved tunnels and things like that you've been sort of following. You find what looks like quite an important doorway. It's open. It leads into a dark, larger room, and you all sort of obviously your characters don't know that you've pulled monster cards, so your characters probably, let's be honest, think, oh, slightly more important looking room, this is the way to go. And so you continue on into the room. The room is quite a large space, but completely dark inside. That is, until you step within. Once your group steps within, obviously you are now quite a large group, torchlights on the side of the walls on sconces that you're impressed still work both magically and just like they catch light, sort of slowly flicker on. And it is then you see this room for the horror that it is. In this room, similar to everywhere you've been, there's a spider web of veins and eyes everywhere, but that coalesces in the very, very center of the room into this large mass of flesh and muscle and eyes, like just this large, like essentially pile of meat and eyes and teeth and strangeness, strange, just large amalgamation. And as you go inside, all these eyes open, they blink, and they just look at you. And all the ones around on the walls look at you. Another thing you would notice is that on the walls, almost like chiseled in, like dug out of the walls, are like alcoves in the walls. And in these alcoves lay people. They're like a foot and a half tall, a few feet deep, and about sort of 6 feet long. And lying within this space are people. Except they don't. You're almost expecting like skeletons, because this place has been here for like 1,000 years or so, like thousands of years even. But no, these are regular humans. Each one looks pretty much the same. They're all humans. They're bald, and they have, from what basic thing you can see, they each have like strange like markings down their arms and their heads. They're very, very pale, and they look healthy. They look fine. They look like in perfect fit condition. And Kaiman, you have a very, very good passive perception. And for anyone with a pretty decent passive perception, you would also realize that the chests of many of these individuals are slowly rising and falling, rising and falling, as if these people are still somehow laying in here alive. What would you like to do in this large room? Is there anything you would immediately
go back the way we came and draw a different card.
Well, as you turn around to go back the way you came, you notice that similar to the other room, because all these eyes have seen you, this large wall of flesh just molds over, stopping you from immediately leaving.
Does it look like it's alive at all? Well, not alive, but like conscious.
What, the people?
The massive shit in the middle.
Oh, the massive shit in the middle. Yeah, it's like constricting and moving, and from within there is this strange, like, noise. Like something is breathing. Like something sighs. Like something sounds very, very groggy, and it just takes a deep sort of like.
Can we see another exit?
You can see another doorway on the other side of the room, but this, similar to the one that you are in at the present, similar to the other one, is like blocked off by just lots of flesh and strangeness. But it does seem like behind that is a proper stone door. Like behind that is a proper actual door. Which, if you got past the flesh and veins and all stuff, you could try and open, possibly.
Okay.
It's giving me Matrix vibes.
Well, similar to the other one then, if we cross the room and try and get rid of that doorway by attacking it like we did in the room. Oh, right, it's gone. But if we try and
didn't like it.
Cross the room when Oramis was being eaten by the eye with tentacles, if we cross the room and like try and burn away the flesh that's covering the door, we might be able to get out of here.
We do it quietly.
Or we can try and go back the way we came, probably using the same method, try and cut our way out of the room.
But I think if we're making the effort to cut our way, we should probably try and go forward.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think we try and do that and see what happens. If we do end up fighting this thing, I think we do the humans look like they would? Are they like malnourished kind of thing? Are they like feeding this organism? Do we get that impression?
Make me a perception check.
I would like to, when I move across the room, I'd like to do so in a quiet and stealthy manner, if possible.
Okie dokie.
7.
You can't quite see. One thing you do easily notice is that they don't seem perturbed by these things at all. Like it's grown over them in places, so clearly they were here before. Like they were here before the veins and flesh sort of grew over them. But whether they're feeding it, or none of them look malnourished. You know, they all look, as I said before, like perfectly healthy.
Are they all have their eyes closed?
Yeah, all their eyes are closed. It's almost as if they're like sleeping.
Okay. I was going to say kill them because it might affect the beast, but I don't want to kill people that could be saved. Okay. Are they attached to this thing in any way?
The people, no, they're just lying in these alcoves as if they've just been put to rest here.
We try and
Put to sleep.
should try and remove one of the people. Essentially, they're prisoners that have been put in there.
Well, I think ideally we'd keep quiet, but I don't think there's any way of cutting the flesh down quietly. So I think maybe if one of us starts on the flesh, or a couple of us start on the flesh door, maybe a couple of us try and see if we can free these people.
What if Kaiman and I go to the door?
Yeah.
We can both hit it in a fiery manner, and then if Mazzy and Oramis maybe try and pull one of them out, and Gylndan, if you sort of like help them looking for anything arcanely dangerous.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So we'll go with Kaiman and Felix. Can you both make me? Well, you're trying to move over the area stealthily, so can you make me a stealth check? Oh, stealth the lag.
Not great.
No, not the best. So you guys begin to walk over the area, and you're sort of like doing so somewhat slowly, but this flesh and veiny stuff is grossing you out. And as you're looking around at all the eyes and everything just staring at you, it's almost like a detachment of them then starts staring at you as you're going around the room in this large amalgamation. and you don't then realize that you accidentally step on one of these veins, and there's just this strange just constricting of this vein that goes all the way into the center, and there's another sound of this. The other group, so you guys move over and try and take one of these bodies out. You go to a random one. There's like a bottom row, a middle row, and a top row. Would you go from which one? Bottom, middle, or top?
Whichever one was closest to the door, presumably.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
closest
I mean
to the
they are.
exit where
All,
Kaiman
they are. It is on like these people are like bottom, middle, top, all around this room, and this room is easily about 80 feet wide. I mean, looking at it, it's about sort of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So it's about 70 feet in diameter. It's a circular room, and these people are in these alcoves, top, middle thing. All
So
around.
we'd probably cross the room together, and then you, like, as the two of us went for the door, you'd go to whichever one was closest there.
Okay, so you'd cross the room together, but Kaiman and Felix, you're doing it stealthily. You're trying to be sort of stealthy going across first.
Yeah.
In which case, I'd say, so you guys try and sneak around. There's this, you accidentally step on this vein, and then there's this sort of strange wobbling noise. And from the very center, something almost begins to emerge from this amalgamation of flesh and eyes, as if something was almost nesting within this huge area and is now waking up and slowly rising, floating up. You see this circular being, its smooth, almost slimy skin, and as it rises, you can see from its body these strange, almost like stalks, slowly just peel back from its body, and at the end of all these stalks are many eyes. And as this thing rises up into the air, you don't at first see an eye, but just part of its form just peels back, and this huge eye, easily like 7 feet tall, eye in this circle. It's about sort of like 10 feet by 10 feet. Looks down at you, and peeling open as well is this mouth filled with razor sharp teeth. This thing is when is this? Who are you? What has happened? It slowly spins, like the many eye stalks just start like looking and glooming around the room, and then they all sort of slowly begin to focus on your group, and this thing just says, "Who are you? Why are you here? How did you find this place?"
We're just passing through. We'd really like to be out of your hair.
People do not pass through this place.
Yeah, no. In an ideal world, we wouldn't be here, but
We've come to eradicate a pest that is
Yes.
wandering. I take it your lovely domain. And
It is not my domain. I merely guard what is here.
well, we are hunting something that is trying to take what is here, to kill them. May we pass on freely to continue this mission? Oramis, please tell this man about our great mission.
I would say, Felix, you may make me a persuasion check.
Oh no. Oh
Can I
no,
give
the wrong
advantage
character.
because I was helping?
Yeah. I'll give you advantage.
Does this make a difference, JJ?
I'm no Oramis, but I'm not terrible at these.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
23. So he looks at you very, very inquisitorily, this strange being, and it says, "You may pass, yes. That is, assuming you are of the order."
Do I assume he means Vecna's order?
You don't know. You can assume what you want.
Say yes, just yes. We are. Yes, we are.
Well, oh god, I'm not very good at lying, Oramis.
I've just lied for you, don't worry.
And we're very open to joining new groups. I don't know if I say that. Fucking wrong thing, Ryan.
I just say yes, we are.
Yeah, Mr. Fucking Persuasion, you can do it.
Yeah. Oh, deception if you want as well.
That is interesting. After all this time you are back, is he finally to ascend?
Soon. Soon.
Not a clue. There is nothing going on between
roll
Oramis's two ears.
Deception check.
Deception.
Oramis. 24. Fucking hell, yeah. So this strange thing to behold sort of looks at you and goes, "The order has changed. In the past centuries it was, well, only humans, not elves or gnomes. What has happened in such a long time? When is this? I was here when this place was first constructed. How long have I been in my guarding slumber?"
A long time, oh great God.
I mean, if you want, you could just like give him
The year is
like, yeah. He sort of, he's almost taken aback by this, but it's not like a regular person who would like do this. He physically like floats slightly back. He looks around him. It's been a long time.
much has changed, but yet much remains the same.
You speak as cryptically as the others did. Strange wizards. You are all wizards of the Whispering Order, are you not?
Yes.
Let's see.
I don't mean to be impatient here, but we are on a tight schedule. Like the people who are invading are very close to getting what they want, and we're going to stop them.
And what is it they want?
They want to stop the Dark One from returning.
No, they want to. Hang on, I'm sorry. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I can't remember if we know this or if just Gylndan does, but I believe Nasir, did he tell all of us or just Gylndan that they want to return him and then imprison him?
Well, Gylndan was told that, yeah, Rash'ak essentially wants to bribe Vecna with his hand and eye. They're like, hey, tell us what we want to know and we'll give you this, and then not really give it to him and fuck off. Or possibly give it to him and then deal with him later.
Okay.
But you definitely got the sense that in the end, Vecna would not be alive and Tiamat would reign.
Right,
Tiamat
but
was-
only Gylndan was told that.
Yeah. whether Gylndan has relayed that information since is up to you. You have had a couple of days of downtime, so.
Probably not, because I don't want everyone to panic that I've made a really dicey deal with someone who.
Yeah, I thought if it was the case, you probably wouldn't have. So I said
Alright.
Felix says nothing.
Right.
What was the last thing French McGee said?
I can't remember now.
He
asked
asked
if
what
you're-
they were going to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I'll probably come
things.
forward and say they're gonna try to control the Great One, and as we know, and I'll sort of bow when I say this, no one controls the Great One.
Indeed. That is wise of you. All right.
He almost licks his lips with this strange, almost like pointed tongue. And he says,
Let me make the arrangements.
Pardon?
slowly,
Let me make the arrangements. But give me a moment.
and he slowly lowers down into this almost nest again and begins warbling and shifting. And then rises back up and says,
We must go then. Quickly. I assume you know the way.
It's been a long time since we've been here, so any pointers would be very helpful.
It was said that the followers would all be told the way. Anyone who comes here, I'm assuming, has the maps. That is how you found this place after so long, huh?
Yes, of course, my
This-
friend is just very silly.
As you can
Very
see
silly.
during your slumber, this place has changed. The maps are no longer as reliable as we were led to believe.
Oh, very good.
I will say, Felix, you may roll a deception check at advantage for that one.
I'm not as good at deception.
You get the essence that he's still a bit groggy, sort of waking up, and you've done some very, very good deception checks, so he does believe you, but he is just finding this very, very weird. Clearly a lot has changed, and he's still a little bit distrusting because it has been, as far as you tell him, thousands of years, and he's not quite aware how much has changed. As you say this, he looks to you and says,
Yeah. Well, if you are true followers, you may lead the way. I was locked in here to slumber. I did not see where the artifact was kept, so that I would not meddle with it. I was locked here. And my means of escape,
and he almost points on all the stalks, look towards this one stalk that has no eye on the end of it, just this almost cauterized edge.
was taken from me.
Let's see. Perhaps you should remain here in case any more enemies of
No,
Whispered One have followed us down here, and we will push on.
no. I was
I'm
given
sure I
charge.
can't persuade you to do so.
I was told I must personally guard this place if I want the powers of the eye within myself. I was told that those who would come here after would share with me its secret.
And share we shall, but we need the passage to be guarded so that we can ensure these invaders do not succeed.
Well, then some of you may stand guard the passage.
I think.
There
Sorry, we've had so much time to think. We're almost overthinking here. Of course, we should go in full force. You should definitely come with us.
Good. That is what I thought.
Fucking
Let-
chaos.
Let us go.
And he looks towards, like the eye, his middle eye. He almost blinks, and he looks at you all. And in this moment, as he looks at you all feel this strange draining of power, draining of magic. This strange feel, like Oramis, like suddenly your left eye, you can't see through it. And any of your you definitely, you wizards are definitely aware of anti-magic. This definitely looks like anti-magic that he's looking at you with. So anything magical that you guys have is just gone. That's actually a very, very good point. It's anti-magic. And I'm going to have to look something up real quick, because that might have buggered it.
We were doing so well.
That shell will give us away. Is what I think Ben's checking.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if a dragon's shape change ability is magical.
Nah, it's not. It's
Sounds natural to me. Yeah.
It is.
That's like saying is
It
a
is a-
chameleon's ability to change its color magical. No, it's not. It's natural. It's part of its DNA.
I think the question to ask is if there was a humanoid person if a dragon was disguised as a humanoid and you cast Dispel magic on it, would you rule that transforms them back into a dragon? Is the way I would think about it.
That is a good point. And so, from what I'm seeing online, people are saying that no, because the spell magic is not well, the spell magic specifically says spell or magical effect. This is.
I guess another way to look at it would be like if it was a changeling, if they adopt a different form, would being in an anti-magic field force them to resume their natural form?
Yes, that is a very, very good point. Role play amongst yourselves for a second. I'm just going to look this up because I don't want to fuck you guys over after such good rolls, but at the same time, I don't want to cheese it. And
Is this not a bad time for a little break? If you're going to look this up, you got a bit of time to do it. Or...
Yeah, tell you what. Yeah,
take
we'll
an early break. Give you.
Yeah, let's take a slightly early break, and I'll look this up, and we'll get right back to it in a second.
See you in a little bit.
So, as we're all back, the beholder, his big middle eye glows slightly, and you all watch as, actually... Oh! That's very... No. You would need something else for that. So, you'll watch as his sort of eye, like, comes up and almost, like, blinks and begins to glow. He begins to, like, he wasn't, like, specifically... You get the sense that he wasn't specifically, like, looking at you guys and checking you over. He was just turning it on and then going to turn around to possibly turn off the door. Because you also see that as he opens his big eye, the veins and stuff recede and pull back where he's looking. And in this area of receded veins and flesh, you see Vaishal just suddenly... and he transforms back into his original form, which is a very, very large dragon. And I'll tell you what, because of just ease, I'm going to stick you guys on a map so that you can see what I'm talking about things.
Oh, fuck.
So, this guy in the middle here, obviously, the beholder, but imagine him a little bit more red. Obviously, Felix and Kaiman were moving around left, and everyone else is moving around right, and that is Vaishal. As he suddenly appears, this beholder creature almost looks away and then sees him. What is this?
Natural.
This is
A dragon.
Yes, the people we are hunting are dragons, and who better to defeat a dragon than another dragon? See how mighty
The
he is.
metallic dragon nearly wiped out this cause a long time ago. How do you not trust this one? What do you have to say for yourself?
We have bound him to our will with dark magics.
Vaishal just sort of, like, in his draconic form, still recognizing, like, his ability scores don't change. And you guys have known him to be quite a bad liar. So he just sort of stands up and waits for you guys to say stuff. You say that you've bound him to your will?
Yep.
Alright, make me a deception check.
And trying desperately to avoid Luke doing a persuasion check.
No, it's not. No, this is deceiving him.
Oh, it's not good. I feel like these guys are really backing me up, though, so, you know, there's, like, some advantage there, surely.
No, this is a shit line of thought, and you can delve in it yourself, my friend.
It's absolutely not. This is a good line of thought.
I will say that he... I don't know,
He believes it. No, he does believe
I
it.
will roll an insight check for a beholder.
Beholder's got to have good wisdom, surely.
Nah, does that thing look clever to you?
That's surprising.
basically a
It's all
giant
brain,
head.
mate.
He looks at you
It's nothing but head and brain.
inquisitively. He looks at you, Oramis, inquisitively, and almost narrows his big beady eye. And all these 9 other eyes narrow and look towards you, and he goes,
Tell me, Mr. Half-Elf, how have you bound a dragon to your service?
With dark magics that the Great One has
This elf
has
doesn't
bestowed
know what
upon
he's
us.
talking about. You see my tattooed companion here. He and I are the masterminds behind this. You see, when you know, it's all about the name. We learned this dragon's true name, and therefore it gave us power over it, and allowed us to weave spells upon it that would otherwise be ineffective.
I'll just back Felix up by saying, yes. Yes.
I don't think yes is good enough advantage of any sort. But he looks over now to you, Felix. He says,
What do you mean a dragon's true name? I am not aware of true names of dragons.
Everyone has a name, a devil, a person. Most people's names are their names, but dragons often have other names that they keep secret. And if you know the name of something, it can give you power over it. I do not know your name, for example, and you do not know mine. Therefore, it would be harder for me or you to exert our will over one another.
Would you not agree that dragons are prideful creatures? In knowing its name, we've shattered its pride. It's just a tool to us now.
I want to have a fight with the Beholder, but you guys are making very, very good points.
Roll me a deception check with advantage.
Who?
Yeah.
Felix. Go on, Felix.
Because that was bloody good. And also you get the sense that this thing is maybe not from our world.
Oh, 16 is not bad.
So he's
Not
gonna roll.
bad.
He's gonna with this. He's gonna roll an. He's gonna roll an insight check
Oh,
because he's not from this world and therefore doesn't know about dragon. Glares at you, and then glares at Vaishal, and Vaishal just sort of nods, like really awkwardly. Like,
Yes, I am bound to their service and thereby yours.
And Vaishal almost does like a weird sort of like half bow, as he's clearly quite nervous. This thing glares at all of you. And with a natural 2 on his insight check,
Oh,
he looks at you all and says,
I see. Well then, you must keep your dragon in line. I know of these wizards possessing humans' minds to help build this place. But they were freed. They freed themselves, some of them. And they had to be killed. Ensure the same fate does not befall this creature.
he glares at Vaishal. Vaishal just, you can see his claws almost tense into the ground, like he kind of wants to do something. He kind of wants to just breathe his breath weapon or claw its eye out, but he stands there regardless. And
We've if we're all done here, we've wasted enough time. We need to go.
I agree. Let us go.
the beholder with its glowing eye turns towards the door, and the veins all recede, and one of its rays, one of its eyes almost like glows for a brief second, and you can see this almost distortion in the air, sort of towards it, towards the door, and then the doors just slowly swing open. Actually, no, it's a uppy door, so actually it sort of slowly like rises up. He says,
I will follow your lead. As I said, I do not know the way. Must be very quick.
Yes, before we move on, that thing you did that forced our servant to reveal himself, do you have the power to turn that on and off, as it may hinder our abilities if it is turned on us going forwards? Also, I understand if you do not want to give us the whole name, but how might we refer to you if we need to address you?
You will call me Zoranox. And
Can
I
you
will
spell
not-
that?
Zoranox is XORANNOX.
Zoranox.
Zorgondi's net.
Technically, his name is Zoranox the Tyract, but
Right.
name is Zoranox. What did you say, Ryan? I missed that.
It's just Zorgondi's nuts.
Oh gosh.
Also, Luke,
Is
what's
that
with the
the
18d6?
3.
I already used.
I was
dragon
just checking out.
earlier.
I was just checking out the breath weapon on an adult red dragon.
Red Dragon.
Yeah, I know he's not a red dragon, but it's just the first one that came up.
Nor is Vaishal technically an adult.
Oh, what? Is he a teenager? Is he a little angsty, My Chemical Romance
you got the sense
listening?
when talking to him, he said that he was he's about the same age as Dazra, so he's not young. Like he's in that transition period between young and adult,
21.
sort of thing. But yeah, so he's sort of like,
My name is Zoranox, and I will not take orders from the likes of you.
Oh,
Stay
I
out
meant
of
no
my
offense.
way.
I would not wish to give you orders. We all work together in this. If we needed to refer to you, I wanted to do so with respect, instead of just going, "Hey, you," like you are some commoner.
We do not work together. You now work for
Sake,
me.
bro. No, we don't. We work for the Dark One.
This problem
Uh,
is very clear to all of you.
very clear, Mr. Zoranox.
Understood. Let us proceed.
Just to let you know what we're going into, because we are very aware of our enemies. We are fighting a dragon and a powerful wizard, but the powerful wizard will be on our side. So after we should kill him because he is a heretic.
He is treacherous.
Yes, and we obviously wouldn't normally work with these people, but we face a mighty foe, and once the mighty foe is dead,
the enemy of my
we can
enemy
demolish
is my
that
friend.
wizard. Exactly, same
But
as the
once
dragon.
one
here,
of the enemies
you know?
is dead, you then kill the other one as well.
Yeah, we're clean sweeping this bitch.
he glares towards you and he says,
You are cruel followers of the Whispered One to use such treachery.
and his smile grows wider and wider until it is like his entire 10 feet wide, like 10 feet diameter, like ball of a beam is covered in this very, very wide, toothy smile. And his teeth are like, he has lots and lots of them, and they're just like extremely sharp, like needles. But they're very, very long, almost like imagine like just hundreds of stiletto daggers in his mouth.
Right, let's go.
And then he turns, and as he turns, he looks down the corridor.
After you.
And you continue down the way.
Right, let's not make fools of ourselves, lads, and actually get through this dungeon. All right.
Now, here's the weird thing. Once again, Ben underestimated all of you and did not expect you to get the Beholder on your side. So now you're going into a fight with a Beholder, an ancient dragon, and a wizard.
Yeah.
I think we won in a dungeon. I think we won D&D, but there we go. But because there is now no more monster cards, and he can bypass many of your dead ends with the eye, this now becomes a skill challenge. As you and most of the encounters as well that you would have had, most of the traps and anything you find, were all to do with these veins. But because he is behind you, looking forward, actually, technically he's behind you, and then Vaishal is going to go behind him because otherwise he can't physically fit through the corridor. But yeah, so this is going to be a skill challenge. Everyone may pick a skill or a spell or something to use to try and figure your way through the rest of this maze-like dungeon. Again, it is not a maze, so clearly there must be some sense to it. And so you may use your skills and anything that you guys have to try and figure your way through the rest of the place. We'll go in the previous initiative order. We'll go with... Actually, I'm going to say that while you guys just put together thing, I'm going to roll for Mazzy. Mazzy is basically, he's going to go for a straight survival check. He's going to think, okay, well, you know, if we've gone this way and we're trying to get this way and trying to remember directions of like north, south, east, west, trying to use that to get to this place. And you guys need, there's 5 of you, you need 3 out of 5 passes in order to essentially make your way through. And I'm going to say not just make your way through, because you'll make your way through in the end eventually, but to show this beholder, Zoronox, that you know your way. To sort of fool him into knowing your way. So, Mazzy's survival check. That's a 15 plus his survival stuff, which is, I know he's proficient in it, so that is a success from Mazzy.
Yeah, plus 8.
Gylndan. Yeah. So that is 1 success. Gylndan.
Did you say there's some sort of pattern to this thing?
I mean, there must be. This place was created by people for people to use. There must be some kind of method to the madness that is this place.
Will you allow me to use
what it is.
investigation then?
Yes, of course I would. Yeah, to try and investigate for patterns or directions or anything like that.
24.
24. That is another success. So with a little bit of sort of like investigative work, looking around at different things, you find some directions in some spaces that involve the cipher that you had, that you worked through, and you find that okay, well they'll help me through this, and with your investigation check, looking like quickly cross-referencing, like okay, it's this way or it's not this way, and you manage to make your way through. As you're going through, you find more rooms with these strained bodies. And as you pass through these rooms now, you begin to notice that many of these bodies don't have a hand and don't have an eye. Like they are one-handed and only have one eye. As they are laying here, just slowly breathing asleep.
Did they all look the same?
Yeah, they all look very, very similar. Like generic human male with very, very pale, almost white skin, bald.
Or is this just... Has Vecna just got a factory of bodies that he can pump out?
You don't know. You do get the sense that with the missing hand and missing eye, you don't know.
He just cloned himself. These are all vessels.
I mean, I will say they're not clones. They are not all like twins. You can see differences in them. Like some of them have thicker lips or slightly, broader, more defined cheekbones and things like that. Like they are all different people. But these people are all bald and very, very pale and human and are asleep down here with a missing hand and a missing eye. Almost as if they've gotten people, cut out their eyes and hands, whether that be, their choice or not, and put them to sleep down here for what is now thousands of years. But, Linda, well done, that is 1 pass. Oramis, you're up next. What skill would you like to use in trying to make your way through this dungeon?
Persuasion? No, I'm kidding. I can't justify persuasion, but athletics?
How would you use athletics to try and figure your way around a maze or labyrinth?
Just running around looking for the passage.
That would probably come more under perception or things like that. Because, like, you running around is great, but, that might also be a hindrance, because also you're picking up from your party and
Alright.
moving around, and they're quite long corridors and stuff like that. So
I can roll perception.
Yeah. If you like to roll perception, you absolutely can.
Oh, boo.
There's a boo.
That is sadly a fail. You're trying to sort of like, as you say, like run around and look around. But as I said, it ends up with you just like losing your party for a minute and having to re-navigate yourself and things like that. And Zoronox just like glares at you very, very intently. Felix.
See, my plan was to use perception to look for previously hidden symbols on the walls. Now that Zoronox is clearing the veins and things out the way with his eye, but that kind of already been done.
Yeah, sadly.
Can I still use perception?
I mean, I'd allow you to use armor for that.
Can I still use perception if I take Quentin and use him like as a scout, because I can make him disappear and reappear as we're moving through. If we're taking a pathway, can I send him down another one and then see what he sees and then summon him back, and as we keep going, so I'm constantly like scouting different pathways, so we're essentially we're almost covering double the distance at the same time, because we're viewing two different pathways. So if it's like we've taken a wrong turning, I might be able to spot that, because I can send him off and view for 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Be like, does this
Yeah,
seem
they're doing it in a
better?
different way.
Summon him back if it doesn't, or if it does, change the party's direction.
Yeah. You're using a quite creative way of using it. I'll allow perception.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. Fuck!
Wow.
Timon, no pressure.
It is down to you. Zoronox now, after realizing Oramis frantically running around and you using your lizard, he's starting to really question as to whether you know your way or not. It's almost like, remember that mission in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood where you had to carry that box?
Oh,
and,
that
like,
mission,
guess the
yeah.
way with the guards
sure this
next
is
to you.
the
Like,
right way?
no. Yeah.
Didn't
It's
they
starting
say
to
that
get
it
a
was the
little
other
bit like
way? Now we're going
Yeah, like
in
it's
the right
taking
way.
a little bit longer than he was expecting to get there. So, Kaiman, it is down to you. What would you like to use? I'm going to say perception is now used. Two people have used it.
Either insight or survival.
Survival was also used by Mazzy, I'm going to say.
Then I shall use my very insightful.
Yeah, I mean, insight's not a bad one. I'm trying to
Insight.
think how they might, think how these people might have thought.
There was an old temple back in the swamp, So
Yeah.
surely they build it similar.
Timon's there the whole time. I actually am a Vecna follower. I don't know. I'm not
I do
actually.
know my way.
I didn't know you guys were actually on my team. This isn't
Part of the
it.
order.
So, Kaiman, roll me an insight.
Oh, yes!
Oh, there we go. So after these
I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Oh, thank God.
after these blunders, Kaiman, you're looking around and realizing their failures, and you kind of just take a minute to think to yourself and go, okay, well, if that's there and that's there, and they're saying that that's there and that's there, and we passed that, that must mean, it makes sense. If I was one of these people, then I would put this here, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, you just hear Kaiman say, like, we need to go left here. And you go left, and you maneuver down the way, and the pathway now comes to a space that begins to open up. As it does, you enter into this other larger room just with this large stone door. On the stone door, are many sort of like engravings of what you, Gylndan, with proficiency in Arcana, can see is like almost like magic arcane symbols, but they're not like active ones. They're just symbols to represent arcane, particularly necrotic arcane, particularly dark arcane. This, you think, must be it. This must be the way into Vecna's area, and you do notice that it is slightly ajar, this door already, and from within you can hear people speaking, talking. It's very, very quiet and very, very almost like distorted by the echoes. Clearly, whatever is in there must be a pretty big room, and you can hear the sort of like sound of like Vaishal's voice, not Vaishal's voice, Nasir's voice. Zoronox looks to you, Kaiman, and says, I was wrong to doubt you. Well done. The ones I hear inside, are they the perpetrators?
Yep.
The dragon and the wizard, yes, there may be others in there that they have forced to their will. We are hoping to rescue them.
Excellent. It is time.
And as he says this, Gylndan, you suddenly hear a voice in your head. A very familiar voice. A welcoming and warming voice, actually. The voice of Docramir.
Oh God.
Oh,
Do you have the questions, or do you want me to? Do you want me to resend them?
I had them. I don't know if I still have them. Double check real fast.
Glyndon is not able to take your call right now. I get signal down here.
I'll resend them to you on Facebook Messenger, JJ.
I've got 'em.
Oh, there we go. So, you received the first message.
Glyndon, do you know of any spells to open doors across planes or summon people to you? I need to find a friend.
Is that it?
That is
Oh,
the
first
first
question.
message.
That is perfect.
Oh. Hi, Doc. In a tight situation, white die, lol. Yes, I do know of such magic. Helps if you have an item from them.
Okay. The next question, JJ, with that response, I will allow you to amend it slightly. Because the next question is, how are you doing? How's Mazzy and Oramis? So, JJ, if you would like to slightly amend that question as Doc, if you would like to.
Yeah. Yeah, so the question was going to be, how are you doing? How's Mazzy and Oramis? Things aren't the same without you guys. It's chaos here, but we're on top of it. I'll probably change it to, it's chaos here, but we're on top of it. Hope you, Mazzy and Oramis, are doing okay. See you when you get out of the tight spot, or something like that. It's words to that effect.
Yeah. You have a reply, Gylndan, if you like.
Yeah, I'll say might finish another dragon priest. Look forward to having a bevy and discussing what shithousery we have all been up to. Love, Glyndon.
so professional, always.
I mean, there is a final one, JJ. You can decide whether, if you want, if you think Doc would say that one given their situation or not.
Yeah, I might as well. I will say, we have a lead on some god-killing stuff. Met the Raven Queen. When you're finished there, could use your help. And many bevs.
Wow, sounds busy.
Oh,
We met a dragon. Wow, sounds busy. We met a dragon. Nice fella. Oramis might be planning a political campaign
Yes.
in the Shattered Coast. Hopefully he dies in fighting.
Not nice. Take it back.
And with that, Doc is so overwhelmed he sent no more questions.
Yeah, Doc. Doc just like you can imagine Doc in the capital, almost giving himself a chuckle, then being like, "Oh wait, that's a real probability. Oh no." But that is apparently Doc's question today, and
What a time to get it.
yeah, I can tell you now. Last
Come
night
back
in the
tomorrow
capital was the
for
siege.
Doc's questions of the day.
But with this large door looming ahead of you, the voice of Nasir sort of like echoing around, is there any final things you would like to do before entering the vault of Vecna's Eye?
I'd just like to reminisce on the fact that I keep forgetting that I have a spellcasting stone that I never get loaded up with the spell.
It is currently loading it up with Hypnotic Path.
Yeah, it's fucking useless.
No, fireball.
Yes.
No,
Go ahead.
it was definitely Hypnotic Path.
I know, but
No, but as
Oramis-
far as Oramis knows, it's
Oh, right.
Fireball.
The 9th level fireball.
I'm in a tight spot and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to get out this other fireball.
Yeah.
Hypnotic pattern.
I mean,
In fairness,
hypnotic pattern can work quite well too.
you'd be chucking it.
Yeah.
You're chucking both of them down on enemies. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, can you cast like haste into here, and I'll cast it on myself. You know, when it, and then it's like, oh, hypnotic pattern. Oramis stuns himself.
But,
Actually,
but
haste
what
is a really
joke.
good one to get cast in there. I need
Yeah.
It is.
6 Eldritch Blasts. Is
If
that
you-
right?
Well, you've still got your thing in there, so
Well,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all in there.
Because it would be 2 actions, so yeah, you could have 6 Eldritch Blasts, yeah.
Oh, nice. Good to know. Remember the
Machine
future.
gunner.
right, let's go get this bread.
Ah,
Any preparation spells I want to
How-
cast on myself?
How are you entering? Are you trying to be
Behind the beholder, obviously.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, Zoronox, like, upon you guys being like, you know, upon him asking, are those the perpetrators? You guys saying yes. Gylndan taking a second to himself. Zoronox just hovers over you guys. One of his eyes just glows,
that
and the
is fine.
stone doors just
Okay, stealth is
like
off the table.
shunted open, and you hear the sound, the bellowing sound of Zoronox call out, "Perpetrator,
His name's
my
Rash'ak.
name is Zoronox. I am the guardian of this place, and you will stand down now before me and my fellow friends here are forced to make you."
I feel like maybe we should encourage him to do it because we don't want any talking. We just want death.
And as the door opens, you can see inside this large vault. As you're in here, the air grows heavy with the scent of damp stone, earth, and blood. Torchlight flickers on fleshy, vein-covered walls, casting dancing shadows that seem to writhe like serpents. The chamber is a vast, echoing space. Massive stone columns carved with intricate symbols of a long-lost religion rise from the floor to the ceiling as it disappears into the darkness overhead. Over the walls and floor, growing even wilder and more horrific, are the veins of flesh that now seem to grow other appendages, like teeth and tongues, that gnaw and lap on the walls. The echoing of the squidgy flash sound echoes in here to form a strange white noise that gives a whole new and horrifying feel to this ancient space. Grand stairs at the end of the hall rise to meet a huge imposing door on the far wall. And set into the center of this door is a large glowing eye, about sort of 5 feet in diameter, that warbles and hums with powerful magic. In the very, very center of this eye, you can see a small white thing attached to the back of this eye by a sort of like fleshy vein. And this small white thing that glows with a green energy, you imagine, is the eye of Vecna. And I'll actually bring you all over to here. If you guys can see that.
Oh, what a nicely collected bunch of cultists.
Oh, I might pop a fireball on them.
Hypnotic pattern.
Pay attention to some of the details at the top of the map because it is just fucking gnarly. And
I will when the HD pops in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
I've
it's,
got that.
oh, there we go. Oh, very nice.
Rash'ak looks like he's seen better art forms.
yeah.
A long time. Snap it in,
Credit
unfortunately.
to Chain Peku. The Patreon's great. You've got a lot of good stuff out there. Not that you're ever going to see this, but cheers. I say cheers. I paid for your Patreon. You're welcome. Anyway, so you enter into this space, and Rash'ak is, in actual fact, not technically. Actually, no, he would be sort of like stood here, but he. I guess, yeah, with Zorok bursting in, he would be stood here, and he was originally in his humanoid form, but he turns and immediately turns into a dragon. You just begin to see, like, this brief sort of, like cloud of, like, acidic fog almost cover him, and then emerging quickly from it is just this huge, draconic creature. He is massive. He is as large as Arctic, but slightly more slenderly built. Still with lots of muscle, no less powerful, you imagine. But you maybe heard from Mazzy from his study that black dragons generally are quite slenderly built to be able to survive in the natural environments they do. He has a very, very long tail, a fin of bright green that sort of goes from the back of his head. His 2 horns, one of them broken off slightly. And you can also see that down his neck, he has these almost like 2 bright green veins beneath his skull. That's ever so slightly bulge out. As technically, then that would need to go away. As this all sort of like appears, he turns on. What is this? And then he sees Zoranok sort of like slowly float into the room. And then he sees all of you. And Rash'ak turns and he says, Nasir, what is this? You told me the Guardians were on their ship. That is why my forces have gone to the coast. You assured me of this. Nasir, almost giving away the fact that his charisma isn't his highest stat, almost gives a small smirk and then says, well, Rash'ak, yeah. The fates and futures are fickle. They can change at a moment's notice. Rash'ak stares at him, stares back at all of you. The meddling of mages. I am sick of it. Suddenly the eye of Vecna pulses, and all of the individuals that you can see here stood upon this strange, almost like plinth, or like strange, like, I don't even know what you call it, just like standing area, with like this rune carved floor. Suddenly all of them just and strange, this almost like strange energy just shoots up all of their bodies, as if all of them are suddenly stood still. By the look of Nasir and what he was doing, you can definitely get the sense that he was in the middle of something. He was in the middle of performing something or casting some spell, and he was so focused that he continued that as this Zoronox entered, suspecting probably that it was just you guys, which he knew were coming in anyway. But then he does turn, and you watch all of these individuals, all of these cultists sort of stand like, what is this? We can't move. What? Prophet, help the wizard. He's doing something. At which point Rash'ak sort of slyly turns and says, sacrifices must be made in order to get the eye. Be quiet. Accept your place in history. All of them proceed to just start like freaking out, but they remain quiet as they are all like really trying to bust free of this magical hold, but none of them can. Zoronox, whose token I will get in a minute, stands almost in the center and almost like squares up to Rash'ak. He sort of floats in and begins to square up to Rash'ak. Vaishal transforms into his draconic form. Ponsky sort of like growls.
Can't absolutely get behind one. Is this a column on the right?
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved in this dragon beholder clash. I'll go here and grab some cover.
Yeah, we're allowed to
Yeah,
move.
no, that's squishy boy.
I would
would
like
say
to
you
move
guys-
out of,
you
you know,
guys-
what is like a direct line behind.
Line or cone, yeah. What are those
will,
things?
I will say you guys can move sort of about up to your speed. As in this moment, like Rash'ak is still aware of you and still talking. So if you move too much, we are just going to go straight into initiative.
Does
But
this map loaded in for anyone else?
Yeah.
I had
Has it
to
not looked-
reset. I had to refresh my screen to get it. To,
I just had to zoom in and out until
I'll
it worked.
I'll try refreshing.
maybe try that. Yeah.
Is a beholder? Can a beholder like match up to a dragon?
I think so.
I
Oh
have.
boy.
No, I don't think so. But that would be like meta.
But we have a
knowledge.
beholder plus a dragon, so
That like my guess as a DM would be no, but I don't. But obviously, like it depends on the
Oh
dragon.
god, I really wish that map hadn't loaded properly.
yes.
Yeah, you can see in the columns up there. There's
I was zoomed in on a column at the top, and I just came in, and there's fucking teeth everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm zoomed out to like 25% to try and get the whole thing on screen so I can see what's happening. But when I first zoomed in, it was at 100%, and it was just like.
So just to slightly better describe the room, and particularly the eye, so you can see obviously the eye on the door there is like this like dark thing. In the center, you can see there's a light. That light is the eye of Vecna. You imagine that is a smaller eye set within this larger one that's on this door.
Hmm.
And these blue circles are almost like strange blue glass orbs on the door. Gylndan, make me an intelligence saving throw. As you get into this space, I meant to do this as you entered.
So what?
I meant to do this as you entered. As you entered into the space. Intelligence saving throw, please.
Sorry, when I refreshed it, shut my character sheet.
Ah, I see.
Oh shit! Yeah, it did the same for me, and I lost Mazzy's as well. Let me just grab those again.
There weren't enough fucking NPCs in this goddamn fight.
Is that why you just decided to kill half of them in a sacrifice? Sorry, Ben. Let me just check this.
No worries.
Right, no. Intelligence saving throw. I'm supposedly good at these.
Oh, good job.
14. As you enter and you gaze about the room and you start to maneuver around Rash'ak and you properly see the eye, you get this intense pain in the center of your tattoo. You take 2 psychic damage
Ow.
and you receive a brief vision. This vision is very, very brief. It is about a second. And in this vision, you are at the base of a tree. This tree has bark of almost like a really, really, like almost white, grayish blue. Like very, very pale grayish blue. It's an ash tree, and it rises up into the sky so high that it pierces the clouds and beyond. As the clouds part, you see branches, huge branches, and at the ends of these branches aren't leaves, but almost glimmering, I don't even know how to describe it, just lights and magic. And you hear from them voices, suddenly hundreds of voices, thousands of voices, as you look up at each of these branch endings. And it's almost like at these branch endings you can see places. It's almost like double vision. As you look at the endings of the branches, you can see like green fields on one, but then sandy deserts on another, fiery landscapes on another. Strange. And this thing must be, I mean, bigger than mountains, bigger than, this thing must be huge. As even just the roots of it almost pierce the clouds themselves. But then you're brought back to a regular vision. You've all moved up. Zoronox, the beholder, which if I do, the holder, bring back up fucking. No. Why did you do that? I have to find Zoronox's token. Give me a second. There you are. So Zoronox is there. That's actually about the right
so
size.
Small in comparison.
Yeah, he is only a large creature. And yet he goes into this confrontation with such confidence. And he says to Rash'ak, "These people tell me that you are attempting to be rid of this eye, to use it for dark things, to stop the ascension of Vecna. I will stop you." Rash'ak looks at him inquisitively, says, "What is it they told you?"
I would like to persuade him to not listen to the dragon.
What do you say to try and tell him to not listen to the dragon?
Do not listen to this fiend. He is full of lies, and he will try and deceive you.
Okay. Roll me a.
Go on, say it.
It is in his interest.
Gotta give him.
It is in his interest to let his wizard carry on his dark machinations and keep you talking. I'm trying to get you advantage, but you've rolled a 27.
Yeah, you rolled a 27. So, yeah, as Rash'ak tries to say, "What is it you think they've told you? They're here to stop me because of other means, not for Vecna. I do not wish to stop his ascension. I wish to further it." You see Rash'ak saying in an obvious lie, to you guys an obvious lie. Actually, he rolled pretty decently, but your persuasion check outdoes his persuasion check. So,
Viva la Vecna. Let's go, lads.
It's more
Viva la
impressive by the fact
Vecna.
that there seems to be a slight delay on that, so that came through as you leant back and just put your hands on your head. It's like you typed it with your mind.
What can I say?
so
Oramis, get the party started.
Rash'ak sort of stands there for a brief second, and you can see all of you readying yourselves. You see Vaishal sort of widening his gate, Ponsky sort of like crouching ready to pounce, Mazzy almost like slowly pulling out his bow and a couple of arrows, like almost like he's almost like saying like, how many arrows can I pull out before Rash'ak notices?
Mazzy's forgotten he doesn't need to pull out arrows anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah. He just pulls out his bow and he's like, how far can I draw this back before Rash'ak notices.
No, I like the idea that Mazzy's still pulling arrows just because it's habit.
Yeah.
I like the idea that even when he doesn't, he still does like this motion over his shoulder as part of his muscle memory.
And Rash'ak simply says,
So, this is what it has come to. Do you not all know who I am?
Don't
What I am. I am Rash'ak, the Black Prophet, last chromatic dragon on these lands, in this world. I am her blood. I am her power on earth, and she will guide me to victory. And when this is all over, I will be death.
and he roars and cries out. And with that, gentlemen, why don't we all roll some initiative?
See,
Alright.
he worshipped some woman, not the Dark One.
At least it was my favorite number.
Oh, Felix! Wow.
Yeah.
This is. I'm going to need to put the enemies on this tracker as well, because this is just so many people in an initiative. If
It's fine.
we could all
Hopefully
be
some of them will die quickly.
like
Like
you
Rash'ak.
yeah, like Rash'ak. I mean, fuck, you got a beholder, man. You got a beholder.
Yeah, but the beholder is a friend now. It might be a problem later.
Hopefully, it'll be heavily weakened. However,
Yeah, Ben, what we've done is we haven't escaped the Beholder. We've just stacked the encounters back to back to back. Rash'ak,
you
Nasir,
kind of
Beholder,
have,
with no
but you've
break.
made-
We've made it worse,
Yeah,
sort of.
but you've also made the big hard encounter a lot easier for yourselves.
That
So
is
really,
true.
you just smoothed the curve.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so
This is now
let's
a
roll.
pothole as opposed to a speed bump.
Okay, so first rolling for Vaishal. Vaishal got an 18. Very well done. Ponsky got a 7, and Beholder got a 5. So
good.
we go with Felix.
Can you imagine the beholder dies before it gets anywhere near him?
Oh wait, also Nasir. Nasir got a 16 actually. But Gylndan, you have a better dex than him, so you're okay.
Yeah, I do.
So then we have Oramis. Then we have here. Then we have Mazi. Then we have Vaishal. Then we have Ponsky. Then we have Hyman. Then we have Zoranox. Felix, Oramis, Nasir, Mazi, Vaishal, Ponsky, Kaiman, Zoranox.
Where am I?
You, sir, oh yes, you have rolled initiative. You are after Mazi and before Vaishal.
So then Nathan.
Mazzy got an
in as
11.
well.
So Gylndan should be before Mazzy.
Yes, you are correct.
I thought you said Vaishal rolled quite high.
Vaishal got an 18, I think you said.
Oh
so
shit, yeah.
So Vaishal's ahead of me and Mazzy. So just swap Vaishal and Mazzy if that's easy.
Yeah, that would have been easier than the way I did it. But there we go.
Also, I
And
can't
then
believe as an archer, Mazzy's still only got +3 dex.
He's relied on the archery fighting style.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess that gives him a plus, like a +5 essentially.
yeah,
Which I mean,
Yeah.
kind of keeps him the same as all of us. But he could have a +14 to hit if he'd focused on his dex.
he could. But we will see what there is to see. Also, if everyone could help me remember that after Oramis, a layer action goes off.
sorry.
After Oramis, a layer action goes off.
Oh,
I mean, do you want to just put lair in the initiative order?
Oh yeah, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? Lair.
Can you, if it's easy to edit, Ben, can you put Nathan underneath me as well,
Yeah.
please?
Cool.
Thank you.
That's what I end up doing in my initiatives. I literally write lair in the initiative order and stuff like that.
I realised I forgot to roll for the big bear. He's roll.
It's fine. He
natural
doesn't
20.
get a turn.
So he goes right before the lair action. As he has rolled a 21, the same as you, Oramis. What's his fucking name?
Also,
Rash'ak.
Luke, how have you got a +6 to initiative?
Many things.
His initiative,
it's
his
the-
dexterity plus an ability we gave him at level like 4.
Ah, right.
It's called
It's
Oramis
just-
Shot First.
He's just never rolled well, so you never realise
Yeah,
that he's got that
exactly.
modifier.
Yeah.
Ah.
There you go.
Cool. So, Felix. Oh, fuck! This is a massive initiative order. Right, Felix. Let's get through this as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Aaron,
My
get round in before we finish up today.
okay.
Ooh.
My first turn is relatively simple. I'm going to cast haste on myself as an action. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to Blade Song. And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm going to like tuck in behind this column and get ready to just... I can't get up to him just yet. Get ready to jump around. And I'm going to take... For my hasted action, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Alrighty. Hasted action, gonna take the dodge action. That sounds like a bloody good plan. Let me just grab. Pardon me. Level. There we go. Just all the stat blocks. Right. Cool. Felix, what has he done? Oramis. What would you like to do?
Luke, I'm guessing you owed it the fact that you just remembered that if you hit someone before they've taken their
Yeah.
turn, you get screwed.
Oh,
I definitely don't feel like you
Alright.
remembered.
I definitely didn't remember.
First creature you hit with an attack on the first round of initiative that has not yet taken its turn is a critical hit. Yeah, we've never done that.
We've never done that, but can we do it today?
Yes, and one thing I'm going to mention as well is because this fight is against a dragon that breathes acid, and we haven't done it in a very, very long time. This fight is going to be using the injury table.
I have armor that is resistant to acid damage. Not armor, that cloak thing.
Yeah, you have your cloak.
Just
Yeah.
from that armor.
But yes, so we are going to be using the injury table for Ryan and anyone else that wants to know. Basically, if you go down, you need to make a con save, DC 10, or half the damage you've taken. On a fail, you roll a d20, and the d20 determines what injury you take. A 1, you lose like a major limb. A 20, you get a small little cut. You know, it swings and roundabouts. We've had fucking thingy lose an arm or a hand or whatever it was.
My bard lost a hand.
Yeah, your bard lost a hand.
It then got
We've
restored. He was then killed.
Yeah, we've had.
You got them resuscitated,
That's true. And turned into an alien.
revived.
Oh, that one when you lost your hand was a rough combat.
Yeah, that was rough. That was very, very rough. Stunned is a terrible
Oh
thing.
god, yeah,
But,
it was those screaming things.
yeah. Like half bat, half wolf thingies.
Oh, they were terrifying.
Anyway, Oramis, what did I do?
Eldritch Blast, boom.
Fuck yeah.
A la dragon.
A la dragon. From the angle you're at, yeah, you can hit him, no problem. He's a big ass beast.
Bosh. Have that sunshine.
26, doesn't it?
What?
I'm kidding, yeah, plus hits.
Luke's cursor is hovering over the leave call button.
Cool. So 10 points of damage.
Is that a crit though?
If we're going to use those rules, then yes, technically that is a crit. I'm willing
So-
to use those rules for now. I might review that later because
I've created
It's only a one-time thing though, right?
it
It's not
is
the
yes.
first initiative.
Yeah. Your first creature you hit with an attack, and it's your first attack. So, yeah, we'll review it, but it might stay. It might not. But you can roll an additional d10 on that.
Love it. Oh, it's staying, boys. It's staying.
See, don't OP at all.
Cool.
I guess I'll just spunk another 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Get spunking.
Oh, ow! How is my next damage roll done better than?
Yeah,
I mean, that's assuming it hits, but
Yes, 24 does it.
it's the duality of like crits. You can roll like really low and do more with a regular attack than a crit.
And another 24 does hit as well. That's 36 points of damage. Nicely done.
I just want to move up here.
Gonna move up there. Fantastic. Right, now it is Rash'ak's turn. And he...
Can't see me.
All right, John Cena. That was so wet.
That's Oramis' battle cry behind the pillar.
He's playing on a fucking kazoo rather than a trumpet.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to maneuver round to here on his turn. So he's going to essentially go like this. And he's going to get in a line there with Kaiman, Nathan, and the Big Beholder. And as he does so, he almost like very, very sleekily like moves to the side. And he says, "Through her teachings, I've learned that weakness has many forms. Many of them are on display here." And this spray, this long spray of acid, fires out from his mouth. You see, just before he sprays, the scales in his neck, like almost, like his neck in these two veined parts, almost like bulges up a little bit, slightly revealing, like, making the scales on his neck like slightly apart from each other. And then, and it is this bright, like neon green spray of acid. And I'm going to need Zoronox, Nathan, and Kaiman to make me a dexterity saving throw. All for Zoronox. Zoronox, roll the 3.
Oh, Kaiman's gonna hurt.
But it was my favorite number.
Is that Kaiman's favourite number or Ryan's favourite number?
Yes.
7 is the magic number. Yes, it is. All right, so acid breath. Oh god. Kaiman, you take 58 points of acid
Oh
damage,
my Christ.
and your AC is reduced by 1 as the acid
Is that it?
splashes over your armor. And as it splashes over your armor, you can see it begins to melt away some of your... Actually, no, it would first get your shield, because your shield's out. So,
Oh, my poor
just make
shield.
a mental note that your tower shield is now reduced to -1. Well, like the AC it gives is -1.
It's 58 damage.
58 points of acid damage.
58.
How did Nathan do, Sam?
Oh, he failed, I assume. He rolled like a 13.
Oh, yeah, that failed. Yeah, 13 failed.
Nathan is on 4 hit points. Was it 58?
58.
Yeah, that almost killed him outright.
Why would you not bring your 12-year-old apprentice on a very dangerous
This is character building. It'll be so good after this if you
That's
make it through.
That's exactly what I said about Damo in the last
Yeah.
campaign.
Damo's a fucking
he
beast.
It was a unit.
Yeah.
I took about half damage.
Killed a grand
What
assassin.
Gylndan didn't tell Nathan is this is how you become bald. Is all your hair gets burned off by acid.
Yeah, I did mine with fire. I didn't advise he do his with acid, but there you go.
Yeah, Nathan, you can see, is trying to tuck behind you, but this like large gout of like acid just sprays over Kaiman, or like next to Kaiman, over him, and you can just see like the clothes on his like left arm have like burned away, and it's now like burned his like left arm. He's not in a good way at all.
Oh, that's fun.
Then Rash'ak is going to, as a bonus action, use Eminence of Tiamat. So he's going to choose. No, he's going to choose himself and give himself a d4. You can see as he's still wearing in his dragon form this. If you remember, he has this like golden chain with this like diadem with the 5 jewels on it in the like Tiamat symbol of the 5 dragon heads. He sort of holds it for a brief second, and this strange red, then green, then blue, then black, then white light, like almost like pulses, and you can almost feel himself be slightly bolstered. So he has a d4 on something. If you want to use it. Next up is the layer actions. As all this is going on, you can see that. So as all this battle is going on, you can hear suddenly there's some sound as it seems something is being activated. Can I get? We'll go through this in initiative order. So Felix, can you roll me a d10? No, sorry, d8.
A 7.
A 7. Interesting. That is divination. Can I get everybody to roll me a d20?
No.
Just a straight d20.
You want one from Mazzy as well?
I'll roll one from Mazzy. It's fine.
Okay.
2's got to be good.
Oh
Right?
god, these are really good. Who would have thought 6 would be the peak?
Maybe low is good. Maybe this is damage.
Oh my
Oh.
Christ. That's Nathan as well. That's dreadful.
That is actually very, very convenient. Because,
Do we all get a divination roll?
yeah, you all get to re-roll 1d20. In the
Oh,
next
what?
round. Not all of you, just the people that rolled 2. So
Oh,
Oramis, Felix, and Gylndan. You
Uh,
re-rolled the lowest. That was my way of determining how random. Because 3 random people get to re-roll a d20 in the next round. As you feel this sudden surge of magic from the eye emanate out, and I need to roll a d4. One of these cultists, you watch as this energy that's holding them in place, you suddenly grasp over them, and they just fall down dead immediately. Their flesh pulls tight to their skin, almost as if they've been sucked of all blood and flesh and life. As they just they fall down. He falls down dead. All the other dudes begin to panic. That's the layer action. Now, Nasir. Nasir is going to move 5, 10, 15 up here. Realize that thing happened. And yeah, realizing now that you guys have got a beholder on your side, he's just going to do 2nd level magic missile.
Oh, what a weakling.
Towards Rash'ak. Obviously they hit, so that's 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4, so that's 6, 10, 11 plus 4, 15. 15 damage from this here. Excellent. Yeah, just these small little like red beads of light just emerge from the start. Like just thrash over Rash'ak's back. Hurts him kind of bad. Next up, Vaishal. God, all the NPCs are right next to each other. Vaishal is going to stand and move forward, He's gonna move forward to here, right? And he's gonna slightly whisper over towards, like whisper as much as a dragon can, over toward Oramis, who's the closest one to him, and he's gonna say, "I can hit the asshole and the big asshole. Or do you want me to just hit the big asshole?"
Hit them both. Make it look like an accident.
Oh god.
He gives this very, very wide smile.
Oh what?
And then Vishal leans back and says, "Dragon, my name is Vishal, Knight of the Platinum Order and the Bronze Tempest of the East. You die today." And
We're
suddenly
doing
this,
introductions. My name's Felix.
suddenly this burst of electric energy shoots from his chest through his neck out towards him. And yeah, Nasir needs to make a save.
Fancy titles or anything.
Rash'ak passes, thankfully. I'm just going to roll this on my phone because fuck doing all that. So that was 32 points of damage. That's pretty good. Nasir takes 32 points of damage. You hear him cry out from the back, and he takes 16 plus. Cool. But that is essentially going to be his turn. Oh, fuck. I forgot to say that on his turn, Rash'ak would... He's a dragon, obviously. He would go up. Not too far, because the holder would get an attack, but he goes 20 feet up. So Vishal, to match him, also goes 20 feet up. Gylndan, finally. A player's turn.
Oh shit. A player who's definitely thought about what he's going to do.
You've had plenty of time.
Yeah, to be honest, I've been writing down all of Nathan's stuff so that I don't be useless with him because he's got quite a lot of utility with both. He's got a staff in each hand. one for booping and one for hooping.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Nathan needs to do a lot of hooping on himself before he does anything else.
Is Oramis near me? Oh, Oramis, you're far away.
Yeah.
I was going to shout at you.
Oh, you can still shout.
Dick!
Oh.
And then that's all I got for you, bud. How high is this bit at the back? It's just like a wall almost.
Yeah, so it's essentially so moving up to this platform is about 5 feet. This platform is 10 feet. So all in all, about 15 feet up.
Okay. I'm going to grab Nathan because he's within 5 feet of me. And then I think I'm going to cast Dimension Door.
Okay.
And take us all the way up here.
Okay.
It's quite a long range, isn't it? So.
Dimension Door has a range of 400 to 500 feet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you are fine. Suddenly you just teleport all around there.
Take Nathan with me.
Yep.
And then I will shout over to Nasir. Do all these people need to be sacrificed to bring the eye out?
He shouts over yes.
Does he seem like he's telling the truth?
You can make an insight check.
A truthful man, as always, my good friend Nasir.
You're not sure. He's at this present moment. He's just been blasted by a bolt of lightning. While you were reporting, a bolt of lightning blasted him just after he cast a spell. So he's kind of he's just oh, yes. So it's kind of hard to just covering his face a little bit, just thinking himself up. So it's kind of hard to get a proper read on him.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll use. Does it look like any of these people can move, or are they held with magic?
No, they are effectively paralyzed.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll do an Althor's All-Seeing Eye. So that's the bonus to Nathan, and then that's my go. I'll move up to here actually, and then Nathan will come up to here, and he will just I think he's gonna heal himself using the staff of healing, but I'll just do that so you can move on to someone else, and I'll.
Okie dokie. Cool. Then it would be Mazzy.
Okay. Happy for me to still run Mazzy.
Yeah.
Cool. Mazzy will bonus action Hunter's Mark, and then
Three guesses who?
Rash'ak, yes, and then just start blasting.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Yes, it's a bit late for me to start looking at his special arrows, so he'll just take 2 regular shots. That's a 1.
That is a 1.
And a 29. He gets his eye in the second time.
Yeah. First shot just like skitters off Rash'ak's scales, but the second one does a lot of damage. So that's 5. Alrighty.
And then probably
Cool.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30.
Roll me an extra d6 when you get his chance, because his bow means that he gets an extra d6 on his favorite enemy, and
okay.
dragons are an enemy.
Cool. Another 6. So 24 from Mazzy from 1 arrow.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, Mazzy's just gonna move over and just try and stay a little. Gylndan's just gone, so he's just gonna try and stick in vague proximity to Oramis.
Cool.
That's I think it's healing, by the way.
Cool. At this point, I think Rash'ak's going to use one of his legendary actions. At which point, I need to count things. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Does Mazzy fire at Rash'ak?
40,
Yes.
45, 50.
And then what's his concentration on? Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark.
Alright.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 47, 50, 55. Oh. Count fucking Nathan lucky he's out of range of that. Yeah, I guess he's gonna have to. I guess he'll use 2 legendary actions to use a wing attack against the Beholder. The Beholder needs to make a strength save, which he fails with an 18. Wait, does that fail? Let me check. Wing attack. Yeah, fails an 18. He gets moved 10 feet. 5, 10, right there. And Rash'ak moves half his speed, so he goes 40 feet up. So Rash'ak is now 60 feet in the air. The Beholder also takes some damage as well, which I'm just going to average out. Well, I'm not going to roll that. Cool. So the Beholder takes 8 points of damage. No, 5, I think. The strength is added onto that, isn't it? 13 points of damage. Cool. Yeah, so Rash'ak is now 80 feet in the air. Ponsky, realizing that, oh no, the dragon's gone way up high and I'm stuck down here, is going to run over here with like 30 feet of his movement and then start climbing 10 feet up this thing here. So, Ponsky climbs 10 feet up the thing. Rash'ak 60 feet in the air. Next up is Kaiman. Kaiman, what would you like to do? Can't hear you, Ryan. Might have muted yourself.
I believe healing is why I'm here. Damn it. I already forgot the name. There's one which heals 3 people. and I think because it heals less people, it heals more or something.
Mass cure wounds, do you mean?
Is that the one? It was just here a second ago. Oh dear. Oh wait, or was it this one? Oh no, that's 6. Sorry, that's 1. That is also 1. Where is it? I definitely have it because I was reading it a second ago.
Healing spell that heals 3 people.
Yeah.
Not ringing any bells.
Yeah, gnome. What healing spells have you got? You've got
Prayer of Healing. That's 6.
Prayer of Healing. Yeah, that's 6, but that takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh damn, never mind.
What's the one that you often cast as Doc? That just spouts out a load of healing that you can dish out to people.
3rd level spell, Aura of Vitality.
Oh, I've got that one.
So that one allows you to heal as a bonus
That
action every turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
While
So you
you're
use your
maintaining
action to cast
concentration.
it, and then you use your bonus action to just heal people left, right, and center.
Yeah, that's the one.
Alrighty. So yeah, you use your action to cast that. You are now concentrating on that, and you give 11 healing. Who do you give 11 healing to?
Who was on 4 health?
He's nowhere near you.
He is nowhere near you.
I can move, right?
You can move. You can only
You
move up to your speed.
You can also
Yeah.
do it to yourself.
Yeah.
I'd say look after yourself, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then I'll
Because
go.
you've been hit the hardest, so.
Okay, so I move up to there and I heal 11.
Cool. Good use of a turn.
Who was the third one that took it? Was it Zonrax? That same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took it. Was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Zonrax, yeah, that's it. No, not Axe.
Zoranox.
Zoranox.
Zonrax.
Speaking of Zoranox, I have to figure out what he's going to do now. So he gets 3 raids. I actually don't have to figure out what he's going to do. I roll to see what he's going to do. It's random. This is fun. So he rolls 3d10, but I ignore 9. That's a 3. That's a 5. That's a 10. So what do beholders do on a 3, 5, and 10? Or 3 fear raid. That's obviously going to be against Rash'ak. So 3 is fear raid. So Rash'ak needs to roll a wisdom saving throw. Rash'ak passes, no problems. 5 is innovation ray. Cover the creature must make a DC 16 con save, taking 8d8 necrotic damage. Jesus. All right. Well, sorry, he must make a con save. I know Rash'ak's pretty good at these. That's looking at his stats. That is a 16, I believe, is the DC to pass. Yes, it is. So he takes half. So I'll calculate that in a minute. Well, I'll do half of that because 36 half is 18. The Rash'ak takes 18 necrotic damage. 7. And the final one, 10, is the Death Ray. Let's make a dex save. And that 20 from Rash'ak. Thank fuck. That's still 10d10 half. Which is 55 half, which is 22.5 rounded up to 23.
55 halved is 27.5.
27.5. So then that would be
Round down to 27.
4. Fantastic. And that is, gentlemen, the first round of fucking combat in
Woohoo!
a wizard,
Half an hour later.
a wizard, a warlock, a wizard fighter, a cleric, a werewolf, a bard wizard, a werewolf, a dragon, and another wizard, and a beholder against one dragon. What the ever-loving fuck have you all done?
Talk about a party.
Yeah.
I was moderately worried before the session, and that's just sort of dissipated, really.
That's why it's called a party.
I was moderately worried too. But hey, Rash'ak's got plans. And HP.
Ben just puts a 0 on his stat block.
How much? What did Zoronox hit him with 3 beams?
He hit him with 3 beams. The first beam was a fear ray, which failed. The second beam was a innovation ray, which is just loads of necrotic damage, and he passed. And the final one was a death ray, which he also passed, which is 10d10 necrotic damage. So he took half of both of those.
So he did about 35, 36 damage on his turn.
Yeah.
Which is solid, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty solid effort. I also think Zoronox would go up. I mean, I think beholders can't really move very much. They can fly 20 feet. So he flies 20 feet further into the air. He was 10 feet, so now he's 30 feet.
You don't look down on me. I look down on you. How tall is this room, Ben?
Exactly.
Just for, like...
How tall is this room?
Yeah.
You don't know. It literally is so tall it goes into blackness.
So more than 60 feet of my dark
More than
vision.
60 feet. Rash'ak is currently 80 feet. He is like... He's so high up that even those of you with dark vision are going to have a very hard time seeing him.
Wait, I thought you only went 20 feet in the air.
Sorry, yes, he's 60 feet, so he's at the very, very edge of your dark vision.
I thought you only went 20.
He went. Ben said he went 40 again.
And then used a wing attack to use half the speed.
I completely missed that. I was looking at that.
Yeah, I wish there was a way on Roll20 where you could represent how high something is. Like if there was like a little token next to them that said like X height.
Yeah,
or
it'd be
something.
useful if you could share the 3 little pips that you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there we go.
Change.
Thank you very much all for joining me this week. That was just chaos. I have a slight request to make. Next week, do we think we can do Tuesday again? Because I'm away on the Thursday.
Okay, I'm happy to do Tuesday again.
Yeah, I have
No problem.
no plans at them that I'm aware of at the moment.
Cool. Then I will see you guys next Tuesday to continue, and with the damage you guys threw out there, possibly finish this. I was saying this to JJ last night. I was like, it hasn't quite hit me yet that, yeah, like next session could be the end of this arc. Possibly. Which is very interesting. And kind of crazy. Come around quick. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoy any notes, any critiques, anything like that. Apologies, obviously, the fight is going to take a while as you guys are all high level and there's lots of NPCs and things like that to take care of, but we'll sort that stuff out. I was thinking if Vishal is just going to remain in his dragon form, like I could get, a dragon is a fairly simple monster to run. So I was maybe thinking like maybe Luke, you could run Vishal. If you're comfortable with that. Otherwise, it's very, very easy for me to just say, yeah, he goes up and does this, or he goes up and does that. Zoronox is a beholder, so it's also very simple. It's, we'll work it out. I'll try and be obviously as quick as I can be in these things. Like I've got like a dice roller app on my phone that helps speed things up that way. So I was rolling some of that stuff, and we'd still be here for fucking hours. So, yeah, we'll try and get through it as quickly as possible, but also in as cool a way as possible. And I hope you're all excited as I am.
Yeah, this is good.
But yeah, with that, have a good one. Speak to you guys later.
Sure, next week.
Enjoy.
See ya now.
See you later.